In the deepest shadows of the jungle, where sunlight barely touches the ground, a storm was about to break. The air was thick with tension. Every rustle of leaves, every distant call of a bird, whispered that something extraordinary was unfolding. Two mighty forces, the silverback gorilla and the sleek leopard, locked eyes with the fury of ancient rivals. Muscles tensed, breath caught, and the world seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the inevitable clash. But then, from the silence, she stepped forward. A girl unlike any other, calm and fearless, as if she carried the heartbeat of the forest within her. Without a word or a weapon, her presence alone stilled the wild chaos, turning raw power into quiet harmony. They called her a myth, a whisper among the trees, but to the animals, she was something far more real, the guardian who commanded the wild itself. Legends are born in whispers, passed down through generations like the wind through the trees. Deep in this jungle, stories speak of a girl who commands respect, not with force, but with a connection no one else can understand. To the local tribes, she is more than just a person. She is a force of nature, a guardian whose presence keeps the balance of the forest intact. Scientists who dared to explore these remote lands were skeptical at first. They searched for evidence, for proof of her existence, but all they found were footprints, fleeting shadows, and animals behaving in ways that defied explanation. Poachers told tales of a silent figure appearing just before they were driven away, as if the forest itself had risen against them. The jungle thrives under her watchful eyes. Birds hush their songs, and predators pause their hunts when she is near. Her story has become a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the wildest places, harmony can exist. Yet many still wonder, is she truly real, or just a myth born from the wilderness? Today, we journey into the heart of the jungle to uncover the truth behind the girl who controls the wild. She wasn't born like other children. Found alone in the depths of the jungle, wrapped in leaves and silence, her origins are a mystery even to those who raised her. Taken in by a hidden tribe that vanished long ago, she grew up surrounded by nature's raw beauty and fierce dangers. From a young age, she learned to move with the rhythm of the forest, not as a conqueror, but as part of it. Her childhood was unlike any other, filled with lessons not taught in schools. She listened to the whispers of the trees, understood the language of the birds, and felt the heartbeat of every creature around her. The animals didn't just tolerate her presence, they trusted her. It was as if she shared a secret bond with the wild, one that bridged the gap between human and beast. As she grew, signs of her unique connection became impossible to ignore. Predators would pause their hunts when she entered their territory. Even the most dangerous snakes coiled gently around her, offering protection rather than threat. She didn't need to command or control. The jungle obeyed because she understood it. And in return, it embraced her as one of its own. Her story is more than legend. It's a testament to the power of harmony between humans and nature, a reminder that sometimes the wild chooses its own guardian. For years, the jungle thrived in delicate balance, a world where every creature knew its place. But that balance began to shift. The sound of chainsaws echoed through the trees, and the shadows of logging trucks crept into the once pristine forest. With humans disturbing the land, animals were forced to change their patterns, their territories shrinking and overlapping. The silverback gorilla, once a peaceful guardian of his domain, grew restless and aggressive. He began to patrol his shrinking territory with fierceness unmatched before. At the same time, a leopard, pushed from her usual hunting grounds by the encroaching destruction, started to roam into the gorilla's space. Both powerful and territorial, their worlds collided in an uneasy tension. The jungle held its breath as two apex predators prepared for a confrontation that could tip the scales of the entire ecosystem. The once silent forest was now filled with the growls and roars of a conflict that threatened not only their survival, but the future of every creature that called this jungle home. In the midst of this turmoil, the girl's presence was more crucial than ever. The wild needed her like never before. The air was thick with tension as the gorilla and the leopard faced each other, muscles coiled and eyes locked in a fierce challenge. The ground seemed to tremble beneath their feet as the silverback beat his chest, sending a warning roar echoing through the trees. The leopard responded with a low growl, her body tense and ready to strike. Then, without warning, the battle erupted. The gorilla charged forward with raw power, swinging massive arms and crashing through the underbrush. The leopard darted with lightning speed, claws flashing as she leapt between branches and snapped fiercely. Their fight was brutal, primal, a clash of strength versus agility, instinct versus survival. The jungle around them fell silent, animals retreating into the shadows as the two titans tore through the forest. It seemed like nothing could stop the fury of their fight, until she appeared. Calm, steady, and fearless, the girl stepped between them, her presence like a sudden calm in a raging storm. Neither the gorilla nor the leopard hesitated. They paused, caught off guard by something beyond their understanding. With no weapon but her spirit, she raised her hand slowly, not to command, but to soothe. The wild tension began to unravel. The gorilla lowered his massive head. The leopard retreated quietly into the underbrush. In that moment, she proved something impossible, that even in the heart of the fiercest battle, peace could be restored. She stood there, steady and unshaken, as the giant gorilla and fierce leopard watched her with wary eyes. Her hand rose slowly, not demanding but inviting calm. The wildness in the air began to shift, like a storm settling into a quiet breeze. The gorilla's heavy breath softened, his chest no longer pounding in challenge but in curiosity. The leopard, muscles taut moments before, eased back into the shadows, her sharp eyes never leaving the girl. It wasn't control through force or fear. It was something deeper, an unspoken understanding, a connection that went beyond words. She didn't command the animals. She reminded them of something they had almost forgotten, that the wild could be more than just survival and conflict. It could be balance, harmony. Her presence held the jungle in a delicate peace. The battle that seemed inevitable dissolved, replaced by a silence filled with respect. In that stillness, she became more than a girl. She became the living heart of the forest, a bridge between the wild and the human, a guardian whose power lay in empathy and trust. And in that moment, the jungle remembered itself, calm, alive, and whole once again. After that day, the jungle seemed to breathe easier. The fierce battles that once shook the forest grew fewer and farther between. The silverback gorilla returned to his role as protector, no longer driven by anger, and the leopard moved silently through the shadows, respecting the balance they had rediscovered. Poachers and loggers who dared enter the forest found themselves met with unexpected resistance, traps mysteriously dismantled, paths blocked by fallen trees, and animals acting as guardians rather than prey. Locals whispered that the girl's spirit watched over the land, a silent force that protected the wild from harm. Scientists who studied the region were baffled. There was no scientific explanation for the sudden change, no clear cause for the renewed harmony among predators and prey. All they could do was observe in awe as the jungle healed itself, guided by something beyond their understanding. Even now, deep within the forest, some claim to see a fleeting figure, barefoot, with eyes that seem to hold the wisdom of centuries. A guardian, a legend, a reminder that nature's true power lies not in domination, but in connection. The girl who controlled the wild remains a mystery, but her legacy endures, a testament to the enduring bond between humanity and the natural world. So, what do you think? Was she real, or just a story passed down through time? Maybe a myth born from the jungle's mysteries, or perhaps something more, a reminder that nature itself can choose its own guardians. If you could speak to the wild, what would you say? Would you ask for peace, understanding, or something else entirely? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the heart of the jungle, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more incredible stories from the natural world. The wild is full of secrets. Maybe one day we'll uncover them together.